take it from here.
If you have followed my channel, well, for a while or any time, you'll know that I have mentioned many times that the original Final Fantasy VII is my favourite game of all time. It had a massive impact on me in the 90s as a child. It is the first ever game I obsessed about, and when the remake was announced and the fact that it was going to be like elongated, fleshed out and released in 3 chunks, I was initially sort of like, oh well, that's lame. However, but if the amount of care has been put into all 3 that has been put into the first 2, we're in for what probably the best gaming trilogy that's ever been made. In my opinion, of course, I have a lot of nostalgia for Final Fantasy VII. Now, the Final Fantasy VII remake, I was off of work because of COVID. I just got paid to stay at home, and I was home when the original one came out. The Final Fantasy VII remake came out, and I played the ever-living crap out of it and had a great time. Now, however, I've only just started playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because I had to wait for my birthday to get it, and it was worth the wait, that's for sure. And the fact that this game was in development, hardcore development, for like 3.5 years, 4 years maybe less, I don't know, but truly, but this game was in development a lot less than, say, more recently Dragon's Dogma was, and Rise of the Ronin as well, and Suicide Squad. Yeah, it's come out amazingly. I'm only like just under 10 hours in, and I'm still running around the first open world area, and I know there's 7. And there is just so much to see, so much to do, so much detail in the world, that although I've only played just under 10 hours of this game, which I know can probably take me up to probably 100 hours to 100%, and I do intend on doing everything. This game is just Final Fantasy VII Remake on steroids. I really enjoy the remake, the first part. Obviously it's a lot shorter, it's not as open, it has some elements that you can explore, but it's fairly linear. It's got great combat and characters and graphics, etc, etc. This Final Fantasy VII Rebirth takes that and just dials it up to 27. Not 11, it goes up to 27. It's insane. There is so much in this opening section of the game, and I've researched online, not for, obviously, spoiler-wise, I know what happens. I've completed the original Final Fantasy VII, so I know what's going on, and the only negative about the games is the fact that all this weird multiverse, whispers, destiny bollocks, that I know the guy who's doing Kingdom Hearts is behind this somewhere, and we don't need it in Final Fantasy. Keep it out. Keep Kingdom Hearts as convoluted as you want, but just leave Final Fantasy alone. But apart from that, everything else about this game is golden. Absolutely golden. The combat feels even more refined than the first part, and is so much fun. You get to play as Red 13 this time as well, which is a lot of fun to do. Tifa's always badass, so is Aerith, and so is Barrett. I haven't gotten Yuffie or Vincent yet, or Kate Sith, but obviously I will do eventually. I'll probably make a couple of videos of my progress going through this game, but I was so impressed by what I played to start with just around Calm and the Grasslands that I just had to make a video just to gush over the game. Like a first impressions video. This game, from first impressions alone, is a solid 10 out of 10. Why can't all games have this quality and love? Now, I understand I'm playing it after a few patches have come out, because I did hear that there were some frame issues when the game originally launched. I'm playing it, what the gameplay you're seeing, I'm playing it in performance mode, soft. You can have it, or smooth, or whatever it is. You can have it sharp or smooth. I just chose this. I think it's a tad smudged or something. It doesn't really bother me because the gameplay is solid and the game still looks good with the performance mode I have it in. But there's so much. There's like an in-game card game which I knew nothing about, with like 140 odd cards to collect and build a deck out of, and you go and challenging certain people around the world. There's all this intel that you can grab for the little guy that worked for Shinra back in the first part. There are some Ubisoft towers that you have to go and activate, and it reveals some stuff around the world. But there's just it's just and there's side quests. I think there's just under 40 odd side quests in the whole game, which is I would have liked there to have been double, but I don't mind, because the side quests I have done around Calm They are actually quite meaty. They're not simple as, oh, go grab me that, come back, and oh, there you go. They seem quite meaty, thought out, and quite well written for the most part. But I am now going to stop this video of gushing over the first impression. First impressions are fantastic. If you have not picked up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just from the opening 10 hours alone, even the opening 3 hours in Nibelheim with the flashback to, you know, how Sephiroth went batshit insane, please, there's a demo that you can play. And if that doesn't sell you on it, then I don't know what will, because the beginning part feels like Final Fantasy VII Remake is quite linear to a point and whatnot, and then once that's done, and then you're out into the world and you leave Calm, my god, it just opens right up. And I know there's 7 locations, and I know that I am just at the tippy top of the iceberg of what this game has to offer, and I am super excited to continue playing it. And I hope that it is only less than 4 years we have to wait for the part 3, because that one I will grab on launch, because I didn't think they could replicate what they did with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but my god, they definitely did it, and then some with Rebirth. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, and as always, thank you very much for watching.